In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Well, hello, and welcome to A Show Called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
We're back.
Woo! We're back in the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
In a way.
You actually commented, but possibly for the first time ever, it's a nice ambient room
It's
temperature.
not blisteringly hot in here, which I will take, frankly.
I'll accept it.
Although
I'll embrace it.
even on a lukewarm day, there's nothing I enjoy more than the
Well.
cool, crisp, citrusy taste of a love and hate.
What's that, John?
Love and hate.
I love it.
Chris.
What's love and hate?
Love and Hate is a delightful New England
Love and
IPA.
Hate?
Yeah, Love and Hate.
You mean
yeah.
that? You mean this beer is called Love and Hate?
This beer is called Love and Hate.
As
yeah.
in start inverted commas, Love and Hate, end inverted commas. That's the name of the beer.
That's the name of the beer.
That sounds like you've made that up, John.
It does sound like you've made it up, John.
Some might say it's a match made in heaven, but for me, heaven is a can of Love and Hate.
It's just a sip of this gorgeous IPA.
It's sweet, 7.2% hazy, golden colour, peach and mango aroma.
Did
New
you know
England
it's made
IPA.
by the good people at Vocation Brewery, John?
The good people at Vocation
Yes,
Brewery.
they brew bold beers and serve punchy pints because that's the way they like them.
That's the way I like it as
From
well.
their hilltop in Yorkshire, they'd rather set benchmarks than trends, only making beer that they're proud to put their name on.
Did you know that this beer is unpasteurized and unfiltered and may contain sediment? I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, quickly.
Cut that. What was that?
We'll fix that in post.
It's a bit of gravel.
But it is good though.
It's
No,
really
it
good.
genuinely is quite nice.
I mean, like,
So, Vocation, if you're listening,
yeah, I mean, like,
which you're not.
it's such a good beer that I would quite happily promote it on my podcast.
Oh, it's your podcast.
Well, not in this hypothetical scenario.
Oh, you
where
having
I had a podcast.
your own podcast.
I don't have a podcast.
That wouldn't be possible.
No,
really.
this belongs to the people. I would quite happily shout about it, even if I weren't being sponsored by the good people at Vocation.
Which I hasten to add, we're not.
We're really not being sponsored.
We're not being sponsored by
not
it.
yet. Cheers.
Cool as. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, it's called Love and Hate. I mean,
I mean, it is 7.2, we should say at this point.
God
So if
knows.
the quality of this episode does deteriorate,
but
it usually
God knows,
does.
it tastes like a 7.1. It's just beautiful.
It's not a decimal over.
we could do a whole episode
0.1.
about it.
Did you know this tiny can, which is 2/3 of a pint?
440 mil.
It's quite a big can. I've seen smaller babies.
Yes, contains 3.3 UK units.
Holy
That is
mother
quite a
of
lot
pearl.
for a can of its size.
It's like they took all the flavour of 2 whole pints and squeezed it into a can that takes up less than 1.
Indeed, it
Good
is
for
like
them.
that.
It's remarkable.
And us.
But especially them. But especially,
us.
Oh, man. Now, it may be not a pint, but it is 2 pant, according to that.
2 pant.
2 pant and 1 KR.
What does that even
That's
mean?
Krona, isn't it? That's that.
Uh,
I don't think it is.
No, I don't think it is. No.
KR is krone. That's the Norwegian currency.
There we go.
Yes.
See, I knew something.
Well, there we go. So we survived our live show.
We did.
At the Cheltenham Literature Festival.
Yes, we appeared at the Cheltenham Literature Festival.
We were at the Cheltenham Literature Festival.
We enjoy excellent beers, we produced excellent content, and we appeared at the world-famous Cheltenham Literature Festival.
Though it's important to say that we weren't drinking at the Cheltenham Literature Festival.
No.
I
episode.
did try to offer you a beer.
You did.
And you turned me down.
I did.
Which
No.
is probably a good idea.
Because it wasn't as good as Love and Hate from Vocation Breweries.
I think it's probably a good idea we didn't turn up with a 6-pack of Vocation Breweries Love and Hate.
That
to
would
be
have
honest.
damaged
No.
their brand and ours.
Catastrophically.
But yeah, we somehow were on stage at the Cheltenham Literature
We
Festival.
were.
It was kind of shocking.
It was quite a surreal moment in many ways. In that I have been to the Cheltenham Literature Festival many times as a punter, as a member of the audience, and all right, it's not on the same scale, but it was quite nice feeling to be up there on a stage.
Yeah, we were definitely on a stage.
We sure were.
It was certainly shocking for me because it's probably the longest time I've gone without swearing.
That was difficult.
That was a big deal for me as well.
That was There were a couple of moments where I stopped myself.
I think I may have said golly
Did
at
you?
one point, which in many cultures is worse actually than a swear word.
Yeah,
so.
no.
But it is frowned upon swearing at such an event.
Indeed.
So I think we did well.
I told my dad, who has never listened to an episode of this podcast,
And who can blame him?
that I did the live show without drink or swears, and he immediately, obviously, I then cast the whole podcast in a certain kind of light. To him, which I didn't intend.
And the fact that was the first thing you said. About
Indeed, it was. Yeah, he's like, "Oh, you do a podcast, do you?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, I did it sober for the first time, Dad."
It wasn't even like, "Oh, you swear, Nicholas." It was like, "You do a podcast."
Oh, you do a podcast.
Oh, he's used to the swearing. So then after I told him, regaled him of the live show, he was like, "So has that taught you anything? Like maybe from now on you do the show sober without swearing as well?" And I was like, it's not a bad podcast, Dad. Like it's not.
Well, jury's out, really. I feel. Yeah.
I think I've very much coloured his opinion of my audio work.
I feel like we've only been properly drunk once doing this.
Champagne.
That was the champagne evening.
Yes.
Which was episode 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hasten to add.
It's out there.
We have a casual beer.
Oh, a casual beer.
A casual, gentle.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, right?
We traditionally record on a Thursday.
And it loosens
Yes,
the old
know.
comedy wires.
Yeah, exactly. And by Thursday, I'm usually desperate for a beer, frankly.
No, I've been doing quite well at not actually just drinking the pain away.
Yeah,
like,
me too,
during
actually.
the week.
I've been doing better as well.
I know I try not to, but I do here in your company.
Well, yeah, we add to the pain there, that's why. So.
I've actually had a relatively challenging day at work.
Okay.
no.
To the point where I was like, well, God knows I will need a drink to get through the podcast. I always do.
Indeed.
But
Absolutely.
I actually felt I deserved it for once.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Is that us? You're trying to ask us to ask you about work?
Oh well,
Because we're not going to. No, that
I'm
wasn't.
glad you
No,
did
I
that.
wasn't actually asking
Oh,
you.
fine.
No,
yeah.
go on, John. Tell us about your day at work.
No,
Is it interesting?
No.
Is it good entertainment?
Is it
audio?
podcast?
No.
worthy?
Well, let's just say I have been receiving rude emails.
Oh, this
no.
does sound quite juicy.
From
Depends what kind of rude you're talking about.
from someone in the organisation where I work.
Okay, we've got to be careful here, haven't we?
But let's use a pseudonym. I'll call them Phlogiston Chapstick.
Okay.
And
Complicated choice.
They've just been well, they're a complicated person, and they've been a little rude.
Oh no.
Their
So this is a
office manner.
colleague emailing you personally and being rude to you, not just your workplace.
Well, personally, as in the capacity of work.
Sure.
It's not like they just call me up.
Calling you names.
John, you smell, John. I can smell you from here, John. You work on the other campus.
John, you look silly. Bye.
You look silly.
They hang up.
You've got one of those faces, John.
I do. It's true.
Hello, Dean. You're a poo-poo head. Homer, is that you?
I have to say, in between recounting that, I got a little bit of it's
Here it
coming.
is.
John's had a little bit of a cold.
Yes,
phlegm.
I've had the pleurisy for nearly 2 weeks now. I'm getting
Well, you
over
did very
it.
well on Sunday, actually.
Thank you.
Getting
Yes.
through it.
Yeah. But
And
no,
you
what I
gave
was
your talk before, which is very good.
I did. Well, thank you.
also.
What I was going to say is
Oh, go on.
I just got a floral note.
Oh,
Oh,
it's back
sure.
to Love and Hate.
Yeah, back to Love and Hate. Shortly before I coughed.
Vocation
Yeah.
Brewery.
Well,
It is very good.
it's excellent.
But no.
Yeah.
But no, that's the end of my anecdote.
Okay,
Other
well.
than it's been a challenging time.
That's all I needed.
That's a shame.
But here we are.
Here we are. Well, I've had a gentle week at work. If you want to know. And
Well,
next week I've got a week off. So
Really? Well.
Oh, that's
winner.
all right. It's all right.
And how are you going to enrich yourself? How are you going to contribute?
I won a dog photo shoot a few weeks. This is true.
You want it,
I
or
won
you
it.
want one?
I won it.
I thought he said I want.
I
As in,
want a
I-
dog
as
photo
in, I
shoot.
I want a dog photo shoot.
and I'm going to make it happen.
Well, both. Both.
It's
Okay.
my party.
But I won,
goddamn
I
right.
won a competition, and next week I'm going to cash it in. I have a dog.
Fuck.
What do you have to do?
We know you have a dog.
I have a dog.
Oh yeah, it's come up.
Yeah. I had to. It was Black Dog Day a few weeks ago.
There's a day for that.
Apparently.
Your dog is black.
Yeah, she's a black Labrador.
Is that
That's a thing. Yeah.
in any way linked to
That beast.
depression awareness?
Oh, I was thinking of
Well, the
that.
dog's not
Oh,
depressed.
black shuck.
The black shuck.
The
yeah.
black shuck.
Is
Was
it linked to that?
Was it linked to the black
Was
shuck?
it linked to the black shuck?
The dog's very happy.
Well, okay.
Or
Okay.
she told her therapist she is anyway.
Be that way.
So I won the competition, and I'm gonna during my week off take Daisy down there.
Daisy
Get
down.
a little photo shoot. There you go.
Cool. Well, I mean,
We're going to a football match as well.
you're going to take Daisy to the football match.
Probably not,
Okay, cool.
because that would be disastrous.
What and where is this
Do you get to choose where the shoot takes
photo
place?
shoot?
No,
Yeah.
the photo shoot is in a studio.
the boudoir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, apparently it's some
Sexy
geezer's
shit.
shed.
Oh, that's worse.
So, yeah. what I've been told.
Well, up. Oh no.
Did you actually enter this competition?
Now that you mention it, I don't remember entering. No. Well, a friend of mine actually paid for this photo shoot and said it was very good, and I won it. So
Oh, fair. Okay,
yeah,
well.
there you go.
You
So
win
a
then.
friend-
That's what I'm doing my week off.
A friend of yours paid for you to.
No.
No,
Paid for their own dog to be
Oh, I see.
photoshopped.
They didn't pay for you to go to a guy's shed and just for a photo shoot.
Photo you're doing for the benefit of the listeners. John's doing air quotes.
No.
No. Yes. No. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'll report back
Yeah, please do.
if I survive.
I mean, if you survive,
Give,
yeah.
us, give us 2 rings.
Yeah.
Let us go.
Let
You're
you know.
all right.
Let you know. So I'm safe.
Yeah.
Well, I guess how's your week been? I guess
We might as
I've
well.
got nothing to report.
Oh, great.
I've got
Just,
no anecdotes.
Didn't you meet some famous people?
I met you. I met Oliver Proudlock of Made in Chelsea fame last week. But that's nothing to really shout
I'm
about.
not
is
doing
it?
this to belittle you. I do not know who that is.
I did not know who he was minutes before I met him.
I know the show. I'm aware of the show. I've never watched
Yeah.
it, but I
Was he-
I genuinely don't know who that is.
Is it like The Apprentice when someone goes, "I was on The Apprentice," and we were like, "When?" And you were like, "Season 38," or something like that.
Yeah, maybe it is like that.
It's more uncommon to not meet someone who was in The Apprentice.
I think it is at this point, yeah. No, I think, Made in Chelsea only ran for like a short period of time, 100 million years
Did it?
ago. Yeah, I think so.
okay.
It's not like on
Oh,
now.
so it's not on
It's
now,
not on
no.
now.
I
No,
didn't
no.
know that even.
And the people who were in it were all chosen because they've all got like posh backgrounds and stuff. So it's not like a cycling thing where they get new cast in and stuff. It was like it's one window on these weird people's lives, and then we're done with them apparently.
Oh, okay.
And he was one of them.
Okay.
And
So does he continue to be a celebrity? Is that like...
He does, but he manages to do it off the back of the fame gained from Made in Chelsea. So he's got all sorts of like his own product lines and his own sort of events that he influences at and stuff. But what I was doing with him was doing a video testimonial for one of our clients who worked with him. It's very complicated and not that interesting, but he's a lovely guy, turns out.
There you go.
So,
at some point last year, I had to attend a media festival, and one of the guys on the panel spoke in front of his audience. We were talking about TV and getting a show made and all that. But he said since I think he'd been on TV in the past or something, and now he was like in a producer role. But he said, "Oh yeah, I now run this agency, this influencer agency. It's all very exciting, all very exciting."
Yeah.
And he goes, "And I represent I don't know, Blanche Teetotaler or something like that."
again, very complicated name.
Yeah.
Skaven.
Where's your head at the moment?
I don't know. I'm
Deep in his vocation.
deep in his love and hate. Yeah, Skaven Mulgrave, and
A vampire?
a rat person. He goes, they're quite big on Instagram right now.
Okay.
And he looks to the room, and it's literally just like,
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Thing is, it's all relative, isn't it?
yeah.
Like, they're big on Instagram. What does that even mean? You got certain audiences and demographics and all this, that, and the other, haven't you? So
We got we
anything.
we
It is
got
weird.
we got contacted by an influencer agency.
Did you?
Much in the same way that someone might previously have got in touch and said like,
We, as in your job.
movie is in my day job, yeah.
Yeah.
And they might have gone in the past like, oh, we can get you we'll sell you an advertising slot.
Oh,
Now it's
right, I
like,
see. Now it's like
we
you'll be
can
mentioned.
we can get you in the latest like
YouTube.
influencer
But how would you
videos.
advertise the university via an influencer?
Oh, you just get
Well,
it
if
away.
I don't go to university, but if I did, I'd go to the University of Gloucestershire. Is that how it would work?
I don't know, maybe, but to be honest, I don't think they did their research. I think they just emailed like as
Yeah.
many people as they could.
Yeah.
To see what would happen.
Broad shots.
Yeah. But yeah, influencers. What's that all about, eh?
Well,
do you
they,
know?
they do very well for themselves.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I've
like,
every faith
this
in them.
chap was going off to shoot something for Oreo in the afternoon after he was done with me.
Oh.
Oh.
Again, not in a TV ad capacity, but in a social media-y influencer-y
It's him
sort of
smiling
capacity.
whilst eating an Oreo.
So maybe not for TV, not for broadcast, just like the private videos of Oreo.
Yeah, just for the vault.
It's
the
just
Oreo
it's just
vault.
like Prince.
Yes, it's like Prince's vault.
The Oreo
Yeah.
mines deep underground.
He's just gone down to dig for a couple of hours. They take any manpower they can get.
Are you familiar with Prince's vault?
Yes, I am actually. Yes.
There you go.
The salt mines. Who has the salt
No,
mines?
that's George Lucas.
That's George
Lucas has
There
the
you
salt
go.
mines.
I didn't know
That's why
about
I've heard
this.
of that.
That's where he keeps all his film.
Which, George Lucas?
Yeah, George Lucas and I guess now Disney or whatever. There's a salt mine outside, I think, outside San Francisco.
Okay.
And because it's salty, it's incredibly dry.
Ah,
And so they
films down
keep all the reels down there. The old
Wow.
reels.
Good call.
okay.
There you go.
And Prince has a vault full of stuff he doesn't want to release.
Yeah, well, he's dead now, but
Oh, yeah, he is, isn't he?
yeah, he is dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they're opening up the vault now. They're kind of digging
Oh.
out.
He'll be turning in his vault if he knew about that.
Yeah. I hope he's not in there. If they're excavating
Oh,
it.
and there's Prince. Oh. Awkward.
Oh yeah, format. We've got a format to this show. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Does anyone have a hate they'd like to kick us off with?
Oh, that was a bit awkward, wasn't
No,
it?
Nick wants to do it.
I mean, you did as well. You wanted to do it as well.
You do it though.
I'll do it.
You do it.
I'll do it. Okay, so
Set us free.
I hate the process of modern day non-Royal Mail deliveries.
Oh, that's what?
Very specific. I know.
Couriers.
Couriers. There's a word for them.
Couriers.
There's a word for them.
Okay.
So they advertise a beautiful, wonderful, futuristic system
Yeah.
where you don't have to worry if you're not in or if you need to dedicate a specific place to put a package. You don't need to worry about these everyday situations that we used to, back in the distant medieval age, find ourselves in, where, oh no, I wasn't in and the package wasn't delivered. Oh no!
What can I do?
Yeah, what can I do? Well, you don't have to worry because these modern day services are amazing. They'll send you a text. They'll say, your package is going to be delivered on Wednesday. Is that okay?
You'll get minute by minute
Updates. You can go on the website, there's a map with a little icon.
Amazon and people like that.
Or,
There's other
DPD, or
DHL.
Hermes, DHL,
Yeah.
all these guys, right? I'm not going to name any specific ones, but some are really,
You didn't
really,
want to, but I
really,
coaxed it out of you.
really bad.
We see who has the journalism degree. At this table.
Oh no!
I was going to even have to try that hard, did
I
I?
said too much. So yeah, they offer these great services, you know, and they say things like, when you place an order, like, what would be the most convenient day for delivery? And it's like, well, I'm not in Monday to Wednesday, so Thursday would be great. And they're like, cool, we'll deliver on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, what? And then it's like, okay, well, okay, fine. Well, you're delivering Wednesday. Well, I won't be in. So if you could just, leave it in the porch, that would be swell, bros.
Yeah.
That
Well,
would
you
be swell,
have a very
bros.
convenient spot in which to leave parcels, I
Yeah,
would say. at
exactly,
your
because
house.
our front door's locked, but our porch door is
Yeah.
not. So you just slide
Oh,
that, slide that fucker open, break it. No,
You've said too much.
and my address is. So yeah, no, sliding door will be open. Just pop it in there, my good friends. And they have this special system on the website. It's great. It's like, give us special instructions. There's a box label.
Oh yeah, it's not like you're pissing in the wind. Like
No,
you're saying,
I'm not calling
like,
up and just saying, Carol, please
Carol,
get this
please."
message to Jeff, please.
Please, Carol.
No, instead it's like a special dedicated section to the website. So I go there and I go, deliver to the porch, my good man. I
idea.
need not worry. We've delivered it to your neighbour.
Brilliant.
What? Your neighbour Davin? I don't have a neighbour called Davin.
What is Davin's name actually like Judy or something?
I swear to God, everything about this story so far is not a joke or
Oh
a
no,
lie.
I believe you.
Like, this
I
is-
believe you.
Yeah, they texted me saying it's been delivered to Davin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And then it took you, John, didn't it? Because this was a big punch
It
order.
went to the company inbox,
Right.
and it said, it said your parcel has been delivered to your neighbour Davin, and then it had like a screenshot of Davin.
Davin's signature.
Are we going to find out what this person's actual name is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It had a screenshot of Davin's signature, and it was P. Davis.
Very clearly,
Jesus.
P. Davis. Again, still, I didn't know.
Davin.
Because normally when I have to sign for these things, it's just
Oh,
like
God.
I'm just
You just
mashing,
shard something out, don't
mashing
you?
the keypad. Like it doesn't make any. But this person in wonderful calligraphy had written like P. Davis.
Yeah.
It was like the Canterbury Tales illustrated text.
very
It's
clearly-
beautiful.
that's what it said.
For a low pixel, low resolution tablet scrawling, it was beautiful.
Lovely.
And DPD texted me to say, Davin's got it.
Davin.
Don't you worry, my friend. Davin's got your back.
Thanks for DPD promise.
Yeah, and unfortunately, instead of filling me with the confidence of, oh well, thank fuck, my stuff is now safe, I was now very worried because who the fuck is Davin?
Yeah, and what if like
Local criminal Davin.
Exactly. What if you?
I'm now more worried.
What if you live next to like a heroin den, or something? You're like, don't give them my item; they'll sell it for the sweet stuff.
They need the black tar. They need it.
They'll be chasing the dragon with my new Link's Awakening game. Honestly,
God damn it.
I've had a number of incidents with people like that, companies like that.
I feel like every time.
I, at my house, had the had is the operative word here, a doormat that was attached to like the front door, so you couldn't rip it off.
Right.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I got a text one day, or an Amazon notification. They take photos sometimes.
Great.
To show you where they put them, and it goes, in porch under mat. And there's a photo. There's a photo of it and it was in the porch, to be fair, with the mat on top of it, and I'm like, that mat is definitely not supposed to detach from where it was. So they ripped the mat off.
Yeah, I mean, you got to put it under the mat.
And the thing is, it's like a cube, this box. So it's a doormat on top of it. It's like, what's the point of putting a mat on it?
It's more obvious.
It is more obvious now. Because I could just be leaving an shitty box there, but it's obvious someo's trying to hide that because there's something valuable in it.
Do you think they get sort of like they get trained at like courier school, and it's like if like you this isn't negotiable, you have to put it under a mat, and then some like bright spark puts his hand up. It's like, what if the mat's connected to the infrastructure of the house? What if it's a load-bearing doormat?
And he pulls out a gun and shoots him in the head.
Shut the fuck up, Davin!
Everyone else want to get smart.
Let that be a lesson to the rest of you.
Or it's like they've got like in a controlled classroom environment. There's a door and a doormat.
There's like a dummy front door. Yeah.
There must be something like that at courier school.
There's a babbling brook disappearing downhill. And there's an open drain.
Where do you put the package, Davin?
Davin, you can do this, Davin.
Davin, you're sweating.
No, Davin, your hands are moist.
Davin, no. Davin, that package is an iPad Pro. Davin, no.
I had one once where they put the slip through the door, and it said on it, in wheelie bin. Right. And I thought, it can't be in the wheelie bin.
Today's bin day. Oh no.
No one would have put it in the
wheelie
bin.
It can't be in the wheelie bin.
Only an idiot would do that.
It's definitely not. Oh yeah, it was. I opened the thing. Thing is, my wheelie bin was empty. So I've got to now reach like waist high into my wheelie bin to try and get this thing out. I nearly fall into it trying to get this parcel out of my wheelie bin.
Oh Jesus. I mean, that's why on every daily route there is a mandatory stop at a wood chipper, just so they can they throw one parcel per day into the wood chipper just to get it out their system.
Yeah.
So that it increases.
It's deliberately done because they'll save more money this way.
Oh yeah.
Because they'll have to reimburse that one parcel, but if they didn't have that stress relief stop, then they just go power mad.
It's cheaper for DPD to buy one iPad Pro per day per driver and wrap it and give it to them.
Cheaper than therapy, isn't it?
Much.
You know how you often get when they've done a delivery or failed to do a delivery, you get the little card.
Yeah.
And it's meant to have at least some information on it. So that you know what has happened.
Yeah.
I once got it that none of the boxes were ticked, none of the fields were filled in, but there was just a big tick over some of the text.
Yeah.
Where it just said, hello, we're DPD. We missed your delivery today. And just a tick there.
Yeah.
I was like, what does this mean?
Oh my God.
What does this even mean?
Is this like the black spot? Like what?
The riddle of the Sphinx. How am I supposed to?
I never knew if that was. I never got anything. I don't know.
A few years ago now, I had a whiteboard delivered.
I remember this.
Oh, the whiteboard saga.
Yeah, and I came home, and the whiteboard in its kind of cellophane wrap was just lying on the driveway.
That's the way to do it.
That's
the best place for it to be, really.
I mean, like, it's not going to get
someone hasn't got their delivery license.
It's not like you're having like a first edition of like Harry Potter delivered.
No, sure.
It's not going to get wet, but like it was on the door, just lying on the floor. I was like, okay. And I open the door, and there's a note inside going, "We weren't able to deliver your parcel today. We will try again tomorrow."
Oh God!
So I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I take the whiteboard in. I'm like, well, I guess I've got it. Yeah. And then I start getting email notifications going like, the delivery of your whiteboard has been rescheduled for tomorrow, and it's like track its route, and it's like, oh,
and you can.
It's like, Oh, someone's going to deliver something.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it have been amazing if you tracked its route and it was just at your house and it's still got the tracker on it?
Oh my god, it's coming from the house.
It's coming from inside.
Where's Gavin?
Where's David? Hello, John.
There's a massive box in your kitchen.
Why did I look in the box?
Of his hands like punch out.
And he just hugs you.
Oh, Davin, bless him.
What a legend.
It's got to be hard work, though.
I've got
Here
to,
we are judging.
I've got to stress that I don't have a problem with the staff. I have a problem with the pointlessness of the entire system.
Okay, fine.
I don't expect these special fancy services. I don't need necessarily granted it gives me a certain peace of mind, but now I know that they're all completely smoke and mirrors and they do nothing. It doesn't give me any peace of mind at all. So just do away with it. Get rid of the special instructions box, get rid of the choose your day for delivery, get rid of all of that, and let's just leave it to the fates.
You'd rather,
Royal
go
Mail.
back to the days where if you wanted a missive delivered,
Yeah.
you'd have to find a proud man and a horse.
Yeah.
And just ride. With
really good-
ride.
Day and night.
And God rides with you, just go and hope
Don't
for the
stop.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah, and take that inhaler.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
And so it annoys you more that they have all these systems in place, but nothing works.
Just ignore them.
They've gone to all this effort,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I know a postman who once just dumped all his letters in a canal. As in, I've met him. As in, I know him.
Okay.
And he got fired shortly afterwards.
Well, I'm not surprised.
I can't think
He
why.
he just had a complete breakdown. He just went, because it was Christmas.
It's just too
And he
much.
just dumped them all in a canal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened with the KFC chicken crisis when KFC didn't have any chicken.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was because the deliverer person of the chicken just dumped it all just by the side of a road.
Brilliant.
Why one person
Can
was
you
responsible
imagine?
for all the chicken? I don't know.
Yeah.
Were they hungry, angry, or thinking, I need to do a public service to the good people of Britain?
I think it was
please
all three.
do not eat this bad meat.
These chickens are better off elsewhere.
Just eat the 11 herbs and spices and be done with it.
Yeah.
It's not a secret blend, though, is it?
Is it not?
Did they not used to say, a
don't know what it
secret
is.
blend of 11 herbs and spices?
What's not secret about it?
Well, that's the thing.
It's
That's the thing.
public.
You can't actually ship a product to anyone with secret ingredients.
No, that's true, of course. You can't.
There's
Yeah,
a good
point.
program on at the moment called Snack Masters,
Oh.
which is dangerously close to Sandwich Masters.
Yeah, we'll sue them.
Which is Michelin star chefs trying to recreate everyday snacks.
What, they've just stolen that from YouTube, from
Bon
Appetit.
From Bon Appetit, yeah.
Well, there we are. Yeah, they're trying to recreate Kit Kats and Monster Munch.
Proof if ever it was needed that, what channel is this?
Channel 4.
Channel 4 is creatively bankrupt.
Yes.
There we are.
Terrestrial TV, just leave it behind, gigs.
And they did a Whopper the last time we watched.
Okay, we create a Whopper. Surely that's not that hard.
But they do it really badly.
Oh.
As in, I don't think any of the tasks yet have been successfully achieved by Michelin star chefs.
Right.
Interesting.
Okay.
So there you go.
Well, the YouTube series is better than them then.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, by contrast, it's Bon Appetit, the YouTube channel.
It's very good.
I think I mentioned it on previous episodes. But they do a gourmet chef makes
M&Ms.
Doritos or M&Ms
Kit Kats.
or
Okay.
Yeah.
what are they doing the other day? Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, right. I saw a Twix one the other day.
Yeah. It's,
But are these spot on?
Well, they're
some,
getting as very close as they can.
some of them are better than
Because
others.
these they get judged by the representatives of the companies.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, this is all wrong
Oh, right. So they
Wait,
get
they have
judged
someone
by
pay-
the Whopper people.
by the Whopper people.
Is the Colonel there?
He could be. Although Whopper's Burger King, John.
Yeah, but I'm saying
The Colonel could be there.
the-
if there's ever a KFC popcorn chicken, the Colonel could be there.
can you imagine?
Was the king there?
The King wasn't there.
Okay.
No.
Because
Which
at
is
least
Silently judging.
Was
very
Ronald McDonald
upsetting. No, I think he's in prison, isn't he?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
After the
Incident
Yeah.
with the Hamburglar.
But does that not feel like if you're actually having a representative from, say, Burger King, other fast food establishments are available?
Although they don't do chips as well as the other ones.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
But this is less a fun enterprise where, can we make a Whopper at home and more propaganda?
Yes.
Oh, they've
this
definitely
propaganda?
paid to be featured on the show.
Yeah.
I'm very confident on that.
yes.
But it's interesting nonetheless.
So of course they'd say you haven't got it because you've got to keep coming to Burger King to get it.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
We don't want them to get it.
No.
I've never had a Whopper.
Have you not?
No, I don't want one.
It's quite a good burger.
You're a bit of a connoisseur, aren't you?
I'm
Bacon,
a
bacon
bit-
double cheese.
not a
Bacon
good
double
thing, is
cheese.
No.
I'm a bit of a
Burger
fast
King.
food connoisseur, but
Nick's condition, by which I mean just Nick,
yeah,
means he will eat pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I will.
The
go
nature
to...
of how I internally function is
No,
integral.
I'm not talking about that. I just think like you. Like literally, the,
I see,
the
just me.
condition of Nick
The
means
condition
that
of
he will
me.
eat pretty much.
The only time
It's
I'll
true.
go to like a huge fast food chain is when I'm in London and drunk.
Okay.
Those are the two conditions.
Alternating Thursdays. Or...
Well, every other Saturday when I'm at football, frankly.
I went to Edinburgh recently and I ate a burger that the BAP was replaced with 2 donuts.
That's obscene.
Yeah, it was-
With a burger in them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Was that from a leading?
No. It was an independent sort of American diner sort of barbecue joint.
Well, when we were in Edinburgh, I ate a battered Twix.
See, you're
yes.
just as much of a monster,
So
really.
there you go.
So
That was more about the challenge. It was disgusting.
It tasted exactly as you'd imagine.
well, see, the way I imagine that is that it would be delicious.
Yeah.
It was very
I
sickly.
mean,
But that's me.
I had like a bite or two.
I can't remember. It was many years ago.
It looked like a poo.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah, it
lie.
did.
Like it
Well, we
looked.
went
It came
in-
out looking the same. It
we
went
went in
in.
for a battered Mars and they didn't have any Mars
That's
bars.
a classic. Well, because it's popular.
Yeah,
Well, there
true.
you go.
Sold out. There's only so many Mars bars.
Later that night, I was sitting in the hostel where
Yes.
we were staying,
Oh,
very
gosh.
drunk,
Jesus.
eating a takeaway,
Sure.
and I still don't know if it was mine or not.
Yeah, you had a back.
What, you mean you could have found it?
Oh, potentially, yeah.
Well, he
Right, right, right.
teleported. They wouldn't let him into the nightclub. The nightclub.
Oh, the night
I
club.
think they did in the end.
No,
Or
they
didn't
didn't.
they? Oh,
you
no, I had to
you
leave
never
then.
actually got
You
in.
convinced
No.
them with your increased
Well,
drunkenness.
I told them they were being too vague.
Right.
The bouncers.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, apparently that didn't get me in.
That's
No,
really
who'd have
weird.
thought, yeah.
That's
so
really
I
weird.
ended up back at the hostel in the communal area
with a found battered
with
sausage.
a battered sausage and a fish cake.
As you told it to me, because I did get into the club.
Yeah.
And being a good friend, I left him to it.
Yeah.
You blinked and you were suddenly back at the hostel
Yeah.
with
I think
a...
the fact that you had a battered sausage and a fish cake
Yeah.
suggests that at least one of those was found, because you don't order a battered sausage and a fish cake.
Well,
do you?
you're talking to Chris Ray.
I am
here,
talking.
yeah.
Hello, Chris Ray.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. It's not unusual.
It's a
Hello,
power,
good sir. I will have a battered sausage and a fish cake
Yeah.
and some garnish.
It's a power he chooses not to abuse too often, but I guarantee that if he reached into his bag now, there would probably be a fish cake and a battered sausage in there.
Incredible. Like a
Thing is,
sword
I-
and shield of fast food, isn't it?
The weird thing is, I
Dangerous
don't.
to go alone.
The weird thing is, I don't like chips that much. It sounds weird, doesn't
What?
it?
Yeah.
I prefer a good old
I'm stunned.
buttery mash.
Okay.
The thing is, like, if you go...
We've gone off topic a bit.
We've
If
massively
if
gone
you're
off topic.
drunk-
It's horrible.
If Davin has delivered you some delightful...
Oh, that's you. That's you trying to pull it
I'm
back.
pulling it back.
Well
yeah.
done.
Oh, Davin, yeah.
He's left it in a puddle outside.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dav.
He's thrown it on the floor.
You'll get a bonus for that.
Your delivery
You've done
driver
good
was
work today,
Davin.
Davin.
But if you've been on a busy night out and
Busy.
you're like, I need something to soak up all this evil sin juice I've
Yeah,
drunk.
sure.
Yeah.
Sin juice.
And you're like, I want some chips. There's a bit of dignity there.
In a
you're
chip.
like, well, look, my coordination isn't great,
One morsel at a time.
and I have to testify in court tomorrow at 9. But I'm gonna have this chip. It's very good. Now,
Small wooden fork. Delicious.
delightful. Replace that. Thank you, Vicar.
But
I
you
will have
wouldn't
some vinegar. But if you replace that scene with
You wouldn't just have one.
With some
no,
creamy,
my point is, yeah,
buttery, vodka and badger mash.
I don't have mash when I'm out.
that's a sloppy mess.
I don't have it.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
have
saying.
fistfuls of mash.
Important context that was lacking.
Order a fistful of mash, please, Steve.
Don't dirty your paper tray. I'll just dive in.
Just pour it into my upturned t-shirt. Come on.
I'm just gonna hold my hands out. Just put as much in as you can.
It's a true.
They call me Gallon Hands. I can take it.
It's it's a 2-scoop night, Davin. Just load them up. He's
Everyone's Davin.
Davin, the usual, please. 2 fistfuls of mash coming out.
Coming right up. Do you want me to just lob them into your head?
Yeah.
Yeah, do it. Right, what's your hate? Fucking hell.
Oh, go on then.
Guess I'm going last. Why
It's
not?
that. Oh no. Considerate constructors.
Considerate constructors.
Constructors. So when you cycle past or walk past a building site, they've all got these banners on them now that say, "We are considerate constructors."
Oh, okay.
It's bullshit.
Is it?
And I'll tell you why.
Nothing good has ever come out of building anything.
But it's them, well, progress. It's them just trying to say, oh, we won't disturb you as more than we absolutely have to.
Oh, I see. What, like we won't drill at 11 o'clock at night?
Exactly. And I'm more talking about during the working day at the moment.
Okay.
So I cycle into work, and the way I've gone the last 2-3 weeks has been blocked by about 3 trucks.
Doesn't seem
and
like
it's just a
considerate
little
to
lane.
me.
So they're blocking everyone in.
that's not good.
So I've got to go a different way to work. When I get to work, there's another building site literally opposite my office, and they say, we are considered constructors. So
No.
I'm already pissed off.
Yeah.
And then basically imagine a strongman thing at a circus.
Oh, yeah.
So you-
Okay, yeah.
Ding!
Oh,
So
I see that.
Imagine that, but fucking industrial.
Whoa.
So,
That's great.
all day.
all day. All fucking day.
Future John is so sad. The editing.
Well, luckily you're
process.
past John
That's
for
fine.
now.
That's fine. Well, this is worth it for me getting my angst out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad.
He needs this.
I need this. It's cheaper than a therapist
He
or a
needs
wood
this.
chipper.
Have they done? Have they done that thing where they have erected like a
This 7.2 beer is really good.
so
Taking
good.
effect.
where they've erected like a wall around the building site, but they put little letterboxes in so you can stare through.
What?
Have you seen those?
No?
They do that a lot. Like
Like a sort of peep show.
yes.
Okay.
Like what did the butler see? Like a
Through the keyhole
Shove
sort
a
of-
penny. Ooh,
Ooh.
saucy.
I know what you mean, but no, they haven't.
No.
They did put
It's not
boards
very
up.
considerate, is it?
So this used to be a shopping centre, or it's part of a shopping centre that was home to a big chain that went bust. I don't want to name the chain, but it was like
No.
a British
Just say
home
Davins.
store. It's like a home store for like British.
Also, for
things.
British stuff, for the home.
British home
And a store that
it's like a
contains
British
those.
home store.
So
Anyway,
a shop
let's
where
say.
I could buy a Union Jack lamp.
yeah, sure, like
Kind of, yeah.
So like
So Maplin.
British things for your home, and it was a store.
Yeah, so if I
Right.
because I'm a UK national.
Are you?
Yeah.
For how long?
God knows at this point. Yeah, what
It's
country?
very important.
Yeah, where do we live now? And I want to buy things for my home.
Yeah, sure.
It's a shop, a
It's
store,
a store.
if
Yeah,
you
Oh,
will.
a store.
For your British home.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
see. Okay,
So-
well,
okay.
But I don't
still,
wanna
let's
name-
keep
I don't
it.
wanna- I don't wanna
Let's
name
keep
it.
it. Let's keep it anonymous.
It's a mystery. Yeah.
So they're basically taking out the outdoor external walls, and
Sure.
they're going to put a load of restaurants and cinemas. And by the time it's done, it's going to be great.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
It's opposite my office, and it'll be really, really good. But at the moment, it's just awful. And they put a load of fencing around essentially. It was brown.
Right.
That's fine. Then they painted it white, and that took them 2 days.
Okay, that's weird.
Then they knocked sort of 5 sections of wall down with pillars in between them, and they've covered 3 of them back up.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No. That's good. That's good. It's a classic.
then- and
classic
then-
I mean, you've got to
maneuver.
flesh that timeline
And then
out
that
somehow.
was with brown fencing, and now they painted
Paint that
white.
white. Yeah, you got to.
No,
Well, you got to
paint
do.
it white.
Oh,
You gotta
sure,
paint
yeah,
it
yeah,
white.
that's
Well,
a
brown's the undercoat for white.
Yeah, it's a
Standard.
load bearing.
Load-bearing brown.
Load-bearing paint. You got to get.
And that was drilling to an extent that it was there, but I could get by.
Sure.
Now, oh my good god, it is like just boom ding all day, and
What's
the
the
ground
ting?
is shaking. I don't know. I don't know. And you can hear the builders in there just going, lads, come on!
Consider it.
And I'm as laddie as the next guy.
Of course you are.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean.
We
Yeah.
all are.
I've seen you sleep face down in a Jenks toilet cubicle.
Yeah.
That's come up on the last 3 episodes of this show.
No.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah. As you can appreciate, as John says, I'm as laddie as the next guy.
Yeah. The next guy's
But
John.
it's a bit much at the moment. Yeah, sure.
Where's my decanter?
Yeah. This wine hasn't been allowed time to breathe.
Hurry, fetch my snuff box.
You never fold cashmere.
Good God, Niles! You don't hold cashmere.
You can disrupt the weave.
Can I just say,
You may.
If you must.
building work, it's a real drag. No one likes it.
Am I right?
But there is no sight more visually appealing
Here we go.
than a bunch of men in hard hats standing and staring at something that's broken.
What, just pondering what to do.
And I love that dearly. Like, there was some building work going on in town a couple of years ago, and I remember walking by, and there was a truck diagonal.
What, front wheels in the air?
Yeah, the back of the truck, the ass, if you will, had fallen into the ground.
Oh, God.
There were about 8 men wearing high-vis jackets
around it.
staring.
Brilliant.
That's some Renaissance.
Yeah,
shit.
It's like a living
That is amazing.
painting, isn't it, in front of you? I love that YouTube video where it's obviously being viewed from a skyscraper down onto a construction site in America somewhere, and there's some sort of mechanical arm that's just spinning round and round and round and round, like it's completely out of control. And there's this sort of circumference of men, all just out of its reach, just looking at it. It's like, well, what do we do now?
What do we do?
And
What
then
do
one
we
of them
do?
just throws a high-vis jacket in an attempt to sort of like maybe gum the works, but that just gets caught on the end of the arm and it's still going strong.
I love that after 3 hours of thinking about it, what if I just do this?
What about the high
Oh
vis?
no, it didn't
No,
work.
it's much worse.
Oh god! And now it's visible.
It's
That
more
means
visible.
it's safe. We can't do anything.
Yeah.
The boss will know.
There was. I don't think there's any. Actually, yeah. I don't think there's any finer human concoction than men in high-vis jackets staring at something that has gone categorically wrong.
But doing nothing.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
There was footage that went viral last week, and it was at an airport, and it was
God.
someone who filmed it out a window. And you know, like those baggage trucks that kind of drive to it? It was
yeah.
one of those, in reverse, with no driver in it.
Oh my god. Oh no, I've seen this.
Just driving
yeah, and
along.
it's
Yeah,
just
I've
on
seen
its
that.
own,
Yeah, I've
like
seen
Going in a
just
circle, and
wheeling
everyone's
around.
just standing around staring at it.
It's like, what do you do? But yeah,
What do you do?
yeah.
It's tricky. Oh, there's a bottle opener there.
Yeah, please.
Sorry, I was about to get my keys out.
Don't break the mood.
No.
Don't break the moment. It's fine.
The trouble is, I want to have a go at these people and say, oi, you're disturbing my day, either by blocking my path on the bike or by making that horrible sound all day.
Yeah.
But I'm fucking frightened.
Yeah.
I'll get my ass handed to me.
I think there is also the counterpoint of building does make a lot of noise.
Well, yeah.
That's actually.
But then don't put a sign up
I
saying
want
we
to
are
say-
considerate constructors, because it's just a sign. What does it even mean?
Just cross out the considerate bit.
What would that mean to you to be a truly considerate constructor?
Yeah, tell us.
That would mean
us.
coming round every day and apologising.
With a fruit basket.
Yeah,
like a-
something like that.
Or a hamper.
Like,
of
or a
meat.
sausage and fish cake.
Oh, it would be a sausage
Yeah.
and fish cake, wouldn't it?
You can't be angry with someone who brings you a fruit basket.
2 fistfuls of mash.
Davin.
Davin.
Davin on
Yeah.
the door.
If a man in a high-vis jacket and a yellow helmet came to the door of your business, came to your reception with two...
You think I've got reception at my business?
Okay. Came to your desk.
Came to the open drain.
That's better, yeah.
with 2 handfuls of mash.
Yeah.
Handfills is the correct terminology,
Yeah,
by the way.
Handfuls, yeah.
Would you take that mash from that man?
How tightly is he squeezing?
If he's got, is he open palmed?
Open palmed.
I would say that he's squeezing a bit and some is dripping to the floor.
Dripping.
Dripping.
Mash shouldn't drip.
Well, because he's
That's
squishing
not
it.
good mash.
Has
okay.
Has he gravied it though?
He may have pre-gravied it.
No.
Well, you know how
I
they
want that to be
painted
my decision.
the brown thing white? In this case, they've painted the yellowish
Yeah.
thing brown with
Yeah,
gravy.
yeah.
So, yeah.
I would seriously consider it, as I
Yeah.
am doing right now.
Yeah, sure, no, fine.
Because I think the saving grace here is the mashed potato is generally thick enough so that when he transfers the mash to you,
Yeah, there's a good 90% above his hands
If-
that's
yes,
untouched.
Yes, the layer protection.
If he makes mash like I do, he'll have 100%
I thought you
availability.
were going to say he'll have a hunchback.
It'll
And I was like, what does that mean?
It'll just flop off his hand and into mine. Lovely.
You should do like a bake-off style show, but where you're
Mash
just
off.
judging mash. Yes,
the Great
exactly.
British mash off.
And you could be the Mary Berry of mash.
Thank you.
In fact, you are the Mary Berry of mash. I'm going to go that far.
I'll take it.
Okay, cool.
I'll take it. Well, I do different kinds of mash. I do I do ordinary mash. I do cheesy mash.
Cheesy mash.
How do you make that?
Put cheese in it.
All right.
Do you add butter, cream?
I add butter, John.
Oh.
That's a fine question.
My dad adds milk to mash.
I used to, but then I found it a bit too incorrect consistently.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Right.
Yeah.
Just fundamentally wrong.
Yeah.
I'll tell my dad.
Do.
He's wrong about our podcast as well.
He
so I'll-
doesn't listen to this shit anyway. It's anything.
Oh, you do a podcast? What's that about?
What's that?
I do a mustard mash.
Mustard.
Oh, what'd you do
now,
to that then?
Just put some mustard in it.
All right, cool.
What,
cool,
kind,
cool.
what kind of mustard?
I prefer Dijon.
Yeah, who
in a
doesn't?
mash,
I
yeah.
do like Dijon.
I like a Dijon.
I think English is a bit too yellow.
What about a whole grain?
Whole grain's nice.
It is nice.
Yeah, but you probably need a different kind of potato for that.
Potentially. What about a honey mustard?
Honey mustard. I've had honey mustard. I made honey mustard pasta before.
Oh,
Yeah.
What about cheap yellow American diner mustard? How do you feel about that?
the
I
Frenchies.
feel fine about it, but I would not put it in my mash.
Okay.
I would drink that by the pint.
Yeah.
Yes. Give me some now.
That would just numb your throat completely,
So
wouldn't
good
it?
though.
What about instant mash that comes from powder?
I used to have loads of it.
Really?
but
Smash,
I've
some
not
might
had
say.
Smash for a number of years now.
You haven't got smashed for a while.
No, I haven't got smashed for a while. Apart from after this delicious. Love and hate.
Sponsor. Lads.
God, it's good.
Yeah, I used to love Smash.
Really? I've
But
never
not-
had it.
Not anymore. It's all right.
Okay. Does it taste like potato?
Mm,
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Does it taste like?
Thank you.
Does it taste like mashed potato? Like, for lack of a better word, like, is it utterly what it is?
it's got its own unique taste.
Is it?
Would you say it is to mashed potato what bastard cheese, that is to say, cheese slices,
yeah.
is to cheese?
I would say that would be doing a disservice to bastard cheese.
If you
Oh, okay.
You need to put something in your Smash.
Right.
Do not eat it plain. I cannot emphasize that enough.
Good
if
to know.
you-
Yeah.
if you came home after a busy day
Mm.
delivering parcels and you
Pulled it back.
made yourself a bowl of Smash,
Yeah.
and then
As I used to.
you reached into the fridge and you took out a slice of bastard cheese
Yeah.
and you peeled it
Yeah.
and you draped it across the Smash.
Sure.
Is that a cry for help?
Are you suggesting I've done this?
No. Have you?
Probably.
It's probably the kind of thing you eat when you're single.
Yeah.
Bachelor chow.
Yeah.
Why not?
If you
Yeah.
will.
Well, since,
I mean, they're
since
called
I've been in a
cheese
relationship,
singles.
I eat a lot more vegetables.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
I do remember, like, when we lived together,
Mm.
You were in a relationship.
Here we go.
when we were in a potato-based
It
relationship.
was, it was a very psychologically abusive relationship.
So
Wasn't it?
starchy.
Your diet involved a lot of mashed potato, I recall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my diet was awful.
And gravy
Yeah,
was
so
a
was mine.
factor.
I'd vinegar on everything.
You did have an industrial box.
Everything.
Vinegar on mashed potato.
Everything.
Good
so
lord.
Say, Nicholas.
Hello.
Say you were running a seaside cafe.
Come on down. Get yourself a seaside cafe treat.
Come on down.
I'd say. For example.
For example.
What do we serve?
Sold.
Now, say on every table you've got a little salt shaker
Sure.
and you've got some vinegar,
Oh, okay. I probably wouldn't have mine, but okay.
got some white pepper.
Well, you'd have
White
to.
pepper.
Yeah.
You'd
Okay.
have to. Otherwise, people would put on Google
Kosher
no
salt.
vinegar.
Yeah.
What's that about?
No.
Yeah. Now every
That's what my cafe's called. It's called No Vinegar.
Oh, well,
It's
there you
famous
go.
for it, actually. So fuck off.
so every so every day at the end of a shift, you go round and you top up all the salt shakers,
Indeed, I do.
probably from your salt vat.
Yeah.
You know.
Just from a neck.
Yeah, you know,
Salty neck.
yeah.
Been working on the beach run all day.
100% pure organic salt.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Straight from the neck.
Straight from the neck
You
salt.
take the rag you've had around your neck all day. You
Yeah,
get
just to collect it.
wring it out. You know, get that salt in.
Sure.
Now, if you're going to top up the vinegar bowls, the vinegar distributors,
Indeed.
you've probably got like an industrial-sized vinegar vat.
Yeah. Probably have as a big cafe, man.
That's what Chris Ray kept next to his
Oh.
his footstool in
It
the
was like
house
you-
that we
what?
shared.
Not in the
Remember
kitchen.
Do you remember those old fuel cans?
Like a jerry can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one of them.
Filled with vinegar.
Filled with
vinegar.
vinegar,
I've got so many questions.
Yeah.
Like, did they sell it to you in that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is this
It was like
establishment?
it was like a catering level amount of vinegar.
Was
like
it
a
military catering?
commercial
It was.
grade?
It was a big thing of vinegar. Yeah. I eat on everything. I'm genuinely. I'm not exaggerating.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Am
yeah.
I?
You just slog it on,
Just slog it on.
like your industry, like your business has gone into liquidation, and you've got like one night to burn all the evidence. So it's like just like you know you're out in a field,
chucking it on like you would
Yeah.
ethanol.
chain smoking, and just
Yeah, you got it.
The good news is I now no longer have vinegar on anything.
Mm.
There you go.
you
Not
miss it?
Even if I go to the chippy now, and they say salt and vinegar, I go.
Yes. It seems like you're
And then
totally
you run
over
out
it.
with a handful of mash,
Yeah.
and just crying.
Just give me my mash and I'll be on my way. No, I genuinely prefer things without vinegar now. I probably overdid it.
Maybe you did.
I
Maybe
like
you
vinegar.
did. I don't.
I like
Yeah, I
vinegar.
don't.
It took me a while to come round to it.
It's just acid, though, right?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Nicholas.
Tell me.
Did
is
you
this
know-
your hate? I
did-
hate acid.
No. Did you know that the vast majority of vinegar actually sold in the UK is just ethanoic acid?
There you go.
Diluted.
See?
That's a hell of a stat to just ping out of thin air.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, like you could probably get like gourmet vinegar, but like
red wine vinegar.
Well, you want a good malt.
Oh, do you?
Malty vinegar. Yeah.
Did you have like different sort of chateaus?
I just had
years?
Sarson's standard vinegar.
Yeah, because in the years we lived together, he never got to the bottom of that jerry can of vinegar.
Right. So there was a limit to your horrible, horrible nature.
No. It was just a very large jerry can.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was. Yeah, everything was swimming in vinegar.
Yikes.
I didn't taste anything for about 3 years.
But he looked good.
God,
he was just preserved.
Like a mummy.
I bloody didn't.
I'll say my granddad, who I'm happy to put on blast because he's very old and he doesn't listen to podcasts. He's very susceptible to health fads.
Oh,
And,
really? Not what I was expecting you to say.
So once upon a time,
I thought you were going to say vinegar. Right?
Yeah, I thought so.
bear with me.
He's getting there.
So he used to get like the Daily Mail weekend supplement.
Bad
So
start.
it would have like in between like the racism, it would have like like
Every other word.
it would have the TV listings of the weekend.
Sure.
I remember it was a bit fluffier.
Yeah.
You know, it's few like some culture pieces.
bit
you know.
more palatable.
Maybe like an interview or something like that.
Yeah.
The racism was well disguised.
Yes, brilliant.
And you get to the back, but I remember the back page was more often than not a paid advert for the healing power of vinegar.
It was often that.
Yeah, as in more than once.
Right.
So
But how would you apply the vinegar?
well, here's the thing.
Oh, God.
Somebody had written a book about the healing magical powers of vinegar.
He's dead now.
OD'd.
Yeah.
His body hasn't decayed at all.
No, but
Like,
he's dead.
he's-
The life has left the corpse, but still.
And basically it was like vinegar can got gout, drink vinegar. You
Right.
know?
So a cure-all.
Yeah, it would do everything.
Sure.
And I swear my granddad read that. He didn't buy the book, but he read that advert and he got into his head that apple cider vinegar would be like healthy. So he would drink a glass of it
Oh
a
my
day.
God. A glass of apple cider
As
vinegar
in,
a
like
day.
he just pour himself it and just chug it like apple cider vinegar.
Did he enjoy it? It was necessary.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's enjoyed anything for a long time, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, like he was chugging that vinegar. Loved it.
Well, fair play to the man.
I won a vinegar drinking competition once.
What the hell?
Well, here we go. It's just come full circle again. What the
At a
hell?
Burger King.
What?
Well, Burger King can't be sanctioning these. Oh wait, no, this wasn't.
Were you
official,
drinking
was
it like sachet by sachet?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Hang on, was this a legitimate competition
Was
hosted by the king?
Was the king overseeing?
The king
it?
wasn't there.
So this was mates
I can
pissing around.
only assume whatever happens in a Burger King is sanctioned by the king.
Right. I think that's incorrect, but okay, fair enough to assume it.
Let's assume it.
Okay.
I can't remember who I was up against now, although I think I have a good idea.
Was this like a
think it was-
national level tournament or
No,
like
this was me.
sectionals?
This was me drunk one night going, hey,
Were you on your own?
maybe.
Can we rephrase this? So you once drank. So what you're actually saying is you just drank a shit ton of vinegar in a Burger King.
In a
once.
Out of sachets.
In a competition scenario.
So there was at least one other contender.
well, I
maybe.
said, let's have a vinegar drinking competition.
Right, so you initiated it.
Sure.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
other, and the, I think it was James P. Oh, let's just say JP. Group.
JP.
JP,
yeah.
it's far too obvious. Yeah.
And we had a vinegar drinking competition.
Did you pour it
I
into a
smashed the
glass, at least?
shit out of it.
Of course you did. I mean, you were prepared.
No, I
for
just
that.
The
had it-
evidence was all
It
there.
was just
I mean,
sachet, drink, sachet, drink, sachet.
And what, did you have a time limit? And then how many
Oh,
sachets you got through? Or
I don't know. I went blind for a few days.
Sure. Yeah.
I can only imagine that you probably just ran out of sachets before you ran out of shame.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah,
Or pride. whatever.
possibly.
No, the king would have made sure there was plenty of sachets.
The king is top. Yeah, his top number one priority.
Yeah.
is vinegar admin.
Yes.
So what?
They always say that.
Vinegar provision.
you and J. Pegram
So let's say-
James
No,
William
James-
Pegram.
James
Oh
P.
no.
are chugging vinegar sachets in this unsanctioned drinking competition that's happening in a Burger King that did not authorize this.
No.
I mean, you've summarised that better than I ever could.
And a bystander runs to the counter and goes, "My God, sir, they're about to run out of vinegar sachets. You have to provide more." And the poor soul behind the counter is like, I can't in good conscience. I need to call the police. This is a crime.
No, but
and then a gloved hand reaches out. And lo,
Was it the king?
And it's the king.
It's the king.
And he just
The
puts
king just goes
and
where
he-
he's needed.
Yeah.
and he puts a silent velveteen finger to his lips, and he's like,
To the employees' lips.
and he goes, no,
Let
sweet
them-
child, let this
Let them
happen."
drink the vinegar. Let the peasants drink my
And then he
vinegar.
just goes closer to them and whispers, "This will be excellent PR if they kill each other."
And then he very slowly walks into the kitchen and pisses into a really big jar.
And that is the vinegar.
And that's the vinegar.
That is the
That's
vinegar.
the vinegar.
That's the twist.
It's king piss.
That's the twist.
It's king piss.
It just tastes that good.
It just tastes amazing. No, I think I
Hashtag
won, and
it's
then I
king
just
piss.
sort of went, well, I probably don't need to drink any more vinegar. I'm probably done.
You're probably fine.
Probably
I
done.
think-
life. Yeah.
I think you've had enough vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Which is why I gave up.
Chris Ray, you've had enough vinegar.
That was my drug, and I've beaten it.
Well
so,
done. Well,
you know, thanks.
And you've earned your
I've
second
earned this
beer.
round of applause.
Yeah.
This started out as a constructive.
Oh yeah.
Constructors.
I don't like people constructing things, even if it does mean progress.
The end.
I've got hate.
Go on then.
I hate video games which portray
Oh.
realistic,
Okay.
real world
Yes.
shooting.
Oh.
As in, when I play a video game, I want an escape from my humdrum mediocre life.
Vinegar soaked life.
From my vinegar soaked life. You know, I've got my controller in one hand, I've got a mash in the other, and I'm just rubbing it into my gums.
Having eaten the other part of it.
You know, and I'm like,
Yeah, you got to eat the other one.
Yeah, you got to eat the other one and then play.
And then grab a controller.
you know, I've spent a busy week, you know, Monday to Friday at my high end successful job.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, I've
sure.
come home.
Briefcase
I've
full of
lowered
mash.
the braces, taking the pinstripes off, and I'm like, this is John time, and I just kind of rummage deep in the mash vat,
Yes.
and I bring out, you know, up to the elbow mash,
Yeah.
right hand, got my Xbox controller, and I'm like, this is John time.
Let's settle down.
So I'm sucking on a mashy digit, and I'm loading up, and I'm like,
Such a vision.
and I'm like,
I hate it.
I do not want to play a game where I'm John Q Soldier. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not as good as your other pseudonyms.
No, they've been a lot more complex
no,
today.
I don't want to be Scormley Buttershy, you know.
That was excellent.
And it's like, oh god, like there's two things here. One is a bit like Team America World Police, where I'm like, oh, it's Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty now. Like,
Yeah,
Call of Duty, colon.
2019.
They like scribble.
Call of Duty, Brexit.
now.
Yeah.
I don't want to play a real world photorealistic simulator of the American army.
Call of Duty, early noughties.
Call of Duty, the Iraq War, you know, the one you lived through.
You know,
and it's
the
like,
one you saw on the news.
yeah. It's so grim. Like, I want to be like, I don't like realistic depictions of killing people anyway. But
No.
I'm just like,
It's fair enough.
if I'm going to be killing
thought.
people, if I'm going to be killing people in a fantasy game, let it be with a laser sword.
Yeah, let me be killing aliens or zombies.
lightsaber,
Yeah, no,
if
I
you will.
understood the
Yeah.
reference.
Let it be a laser sword, you know, or let it be Dark Souls, where I've already died 20 times anyway, so that fucker deserves it when I finally get there.
You've died probably more times than the NPCs you attempt to kill in that game.
Yes.
So in that case, the balance is in their favour.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly,
they're killing
yeah.
you. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
that one with the portals?
It's called Portal.
Okay.
Is that the one you're thinking of?
Yeah,
Portal?
there's one blue circle and one yellow
Orange.
circle.
That's called Portal, yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. Okay.
You did
There's
very
no,
well.
there's no killing in that game.
I was
either.
one letter off. No, I'm saying that's good. A good
Yes,
game. I'm
yeah.
saying that's good escapism.
My point is, I'm not being a
I
prude.
used to enjoy watching you play that.
Well, what I'm saying is, I'm not being a prude. Like,
You'll kill.
I will kill.
Yeah, hashtag John will
Believe
kill.
me, most days it's just, you know, I'm just one handful of mash away from just going hog wild.
Indeed.
You know,
it's
I'm
video
like,
games that are keeping you from that.
Video games keep me from going postal, you know.
Yeah,
But
sure.
I'm like,
Coriander's quite nice on MASH.
bit of coriander on a mash. It's great. It's a good name as well.
Good. It's really good.
That's powerful, right? Okay. My point being, I have murdered in my lifetime countless
Nameless
orcs,
NPCs. Yeah.
You know, Goombas.
Goombas can
You know,
fucking suck it.
I've murdered so many
Ewoks.
Ewoks.
Yeah.
What
Whoa,
game are you playing?
Jesus.
Lego Star Wars.
You've
Okay.
murdered Ewoks in Lego Star
Ewoks.
Wars.
Sure, why not?
Okay, cool.
Okay, zombies, yetis, robots. You know, I'm the greatest killer history's ever known in video games.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's fantasy.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah, but it's like I do not get the appeal of like donning my realistic real world fatigues.
Yeah.
And just
Putting
you know,
on a stab vest.
Yeah. Oh, great. Like
Picking up my P90.
Yeah, and just like you know, running around a real world brown environment wearing my brown camos, just shooting people.
Yeah.
That's not fun. I don't get that.
You're
I
right. You're right.
Famously don't play video games.
But
I have watched other people play video games, and I have watched other people play Call of Duty.
Sure.
And I watched them play Call of Duty during World War II.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It made me wonder, what do actual veterans think about a video game being based on this?
Ooh.
Well, I was actually going to say
That's a serious comment.
No,
It's a
I
good
agree.
point.
It's framed flippantly.
That
but
is the second branch of this hate, where I actually feel, is it not a tiny bit disrespectful, if not very disrespectful? Not if disrespectful is the actual word.
Just because you're getting all the words wrong, John, doesn't mean you're not doing a great job.
Not that your
you,
point
no.
isn't sound.
It's good. Glad you're here. Is it not a little bit disrespectful to be playing a video game about possibly
I think so.
the greatest atrocity that's happened in living memory?
Yeah.
Something that every person involved and not involved regrets.
Yes. And I'm like, I don't want to be like. I think you get like these obnoxious like social media kind of adverts where it's like, you know, live the greatest moment. You know,
Yeah.
download your
freedom.
Download your D-Day drop pack today.
Yeah.
You know, and,
Yeah,
you know,
I suppose it's then how do you feel about recreations of battles and things like that. I suppose it's a factor of time almost.
yeah, because I know distance equals comedy.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Is it like, I think as EA, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they're
They're the
known
publishers.
for doing like a load of shit. But I think I'm gonna get this wrong. But I think like whatever company was doing the latest Call of Duty World War II, whatever, got a bit of stick because they actually like they're recreating the D-Day landings.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking hell, this is just a horrendous moment
Visceral.
in history. And so people are like clawing their way out of like the surf and there's blood and sand and
Well-
people getting cut down. And then it's like,
Yeah.
open your loot crate.
Yeah.
You know, but it's literally
Yeah.
like...
If you watch- see
if
what
you watch
goodies you get.
Dunkirk and that gives you a little potential whiff of what actually went on, that film.
yeah.
My God.
I know.
Jesus.
I think the difference here is interactivity because I watched Dunkirk and I respect that movie as a way of like telling us and reminding us and teaching us about these awful things that happened. We mustn't forget them, but at the same time, like nobody is glorifying this shit, right? This was all really,
Yeah,
really, really
it was
bad.
a bleak movie that is as probably realistic as you could make a movie about something as hideous as
and
that.
keep it entertaining.
Yeah.
yeah,
We were in the
sure.
same theatre watching
We
that movie,
were, and we
didn't
didn't
know
know.
each other were there.
No, and we didn't
It's a
know
bit
each
rude
other.
that Nick,
We did know
that
each
Nick
other.
didn't mention he was going.
No, and
There you go,
I'll
never
do
mind.
that again.
I still remember that.
Interesting, 'cause I'd forgotten it completely. But yeah, but then the difference is now you're pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
And you're shooting people in the head.
And ultimately, it's a game. So
Yeah.
you're collecting points.
So you're
like-
you're rewarded for killing these people. And again, like I agree with you, like so many video games are predicated on the idea of killing equals points.
Yeah.
Like most video games, I'd say probably over 75% of video games involve killing as the primary game mechanic.
Yeah.
Because it's an easy way to create stakes, combat, and like, you know, danger for your character. I get it. But there is a massive difference between me in Zelda killing a weird, like, Octorok on a beach that shoots a pebble at my face and it turning into a puff of purple smoke.
You're killing something fictitious that never existed in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas these games, real people died.
And
Yes.
yeah,
a lot of them.
and there are a lot of names in books and on monuments of people
Yeah.
who died at these times.
And these games want it both ways, where they will bend over backwards to show how realistic they are.
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
Yeah.
this
There's
is
nothing
the...
wrong with that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with being realistic, but it doesn't need to be real.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, exactly.
They'll
That was
go...
quite profound.
It
wasn't
was
It was,
actually, it's
yeah.
beautiful.
Good God, have another sip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You've
I
heard that,
simply
yeah.
must.
But they'll go above and beyond to say, like, this is like a real gun and it's been expertly modelled. you
Yeah,
know?
to look exactly like
Yeah.
the gun in real life.
So, like, even if you ignore like the World War II stuff, it'll be like modern warfare. You know, it's like this is what real cool ass American soldiers are using, like real gun, everything. But then, like, they'll have all this reality. But then you'll also be like in a crack team of rogue agents with names like, you know, Digger, Truck,
Butch McLean.
and Fuck Nugget, and they'll just like. And it's like,
Fuck nugget.
and it's like,
love
you
his
know,
word.
yeah, we're a rogue unit. We're called Death Squad. You know, we obey orders, but,
We painted skulls on our helmets.
but only when we want to. You know, and it's like, you know, and it's like, oh my God, Mecca Saddam Hussein is back, and he's launching a missile to destroy democracy from within, and we've got to like airdrop into his open skull. You know, it's like
Wasn't there a Nazi zombies level on one of these?
Yeah, there was.
One of these games.
Yeah.
which in a weird way I'm more okay with.
Yeah, because they never existed.
Yeah, because that's
It's fiction.
gibberish.
But it's still it's on
garbage.
it's on the
It's a little
precipice
close.
of it,
It is
isn't it?
definitely on a precipice there, and I'd rather play a true zombie game than a Nazi zombies game set in World War II era when those zombies could in fact be real German people who maybe lived and died in the horrific
that's
acts
the
of those
problem.
years.
And a lot of the people who played football
Played around.
against each other during the war. They just got on when it wasn't actually come to
yeah.
the fighting.
They didn't have any reason to
Just
hate each
normal
other.
people. I think that's probably part of the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Like, war is nothing to be glorified, is it? Let's be
No.
honest. And these games fucking glorify
It
it.
really isn't. I mean, you've got that element, like the glorification of war. I think you've just got the element of, I don't want to play the real world.
They're no fun. I
think-
just
think
genuinely...
that's what it is. Yeah.
I play a handful of first-person shooters. That's generally not a genre I'm a big fan of.
No.
But any that I'll play are almost exclusively not set in any way a realistic environment.
No, because I don't want to play in the real world.
No, I go to video games to escape the
Yes,
real world.
I go to video games to escape the crushing reality that we live in on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I don't want to play Brexit, the video game.
I bet
Can
that
you
exists.
imagine?
I
you
bet that
imagine?
exists. I bet you have to negotiate.
No, you don't.
Well, true, yeah.
As I said
Turns
to
out
you,
don't.
in our group Facebook chat the other day,
We have one of those.
we have one of those.
Yeah, it's great.
I pity the poor sods who will have to study Brexit at GCSE
Yeah.
in the next few years. Good luck, kids.
Yeah, but distance equals comedy.
Yeah.
I can only hope that, 20 years' time, our cyber children will...
But we studied World War II at school, and that's not that long ago, really.
No.
Yeah.
And it certainly wasn't when I was
They
at
don't need to
school.
teach that anymore because they've got Call of Duty, so it's fine.
There you go, exactly.
All
Yeah.
done.
Right, children, log in.
Put on
see.
your virtual reality headsets,
Let's
children.
see who can beat teachers' KD ratio. Let's go.
Good.
Well,
I agree.
thank
John.
you. Thank
Agreed,
you. A
agreed.
rare agreement.
Yeah, agreed.
Right,
Well,
give us a love.
I've got a love.
Give us a
But
love.
we're not going to do any public
apparently
shit.
not,
No,
no.
fuck 'em.
Well, A, we don't have any, and B, I'm a bit too drunk to read them out. to be
Fine,
honest, so-
fine. Let's do it. I love old people carrying toys.
Brilliant. What exactly do we mean by toys?
I don't believe I need to say anything else.
Okay, done.
Is some kind of grim procession or...
Sometimes you'll be walking down the road, or I will be, and you'll see an old person
Yeah, let's turn this back on where it belongs.
carrying, say, I don't know, an Xbox. Or an old person, like a really old, pensioner, carrying the Batcave Lego set.
Nick,
I've never seen that.
Nick,
You need to look
I've
out
never
for it.
seen
You
that.
need to look out for it. It's great.
You know how when
I spend a lot of time on the street.
You know when you're describing a hypothetical situation, you might go, now sometimes, you know when you've got a handful of mash.
Yeah,
You know.
that's something everyone can relate to.
Now, yes. Now everyone can relate to a handful of mash
Indeed.
Rosemary as well.
with rosemary in it. The problem here is when you're saying sometimes you see this.
Sometimes we all see it.
I think what you're actually saying is sometimes once you saw this.
No, at least twice.
Are you sure they're not just stealing someone's delivery?
This is it. The
No one
beauty.
suspects the old people.
No one suspects the
No one
elderly.
The
suspects-
beauty of the scenario is you
They
don't
fought
know.
during the war.
Maybe they want.
They're canny.
Yeah.
they've got it.
Maybe
They play
they
Call of Duty as well.
for the realism. Maybe they bought it for themselves. Maybe they want Joker's Batcave Lego set. Joker's Batcave.
Joker doesn't have
Joker's
a Batcave.
Batcave.
Joker
Wow.
has a Batcave now in
Using
this.
those
He has a
nerds.
Joker,
this reality.
Joker hut.
Yeah, in his Joker hut.
Yeah.
She's got the Joker hut set, which is like a little shed basically with Joker. It comes with Joker though,
Yeah.
and maybe she wants that, But maybe she stole it. Maybe it's a
like-
heist.
Is it like doing a puzzle though? Old people might like doing the Lego sets.
Mm-hmm.
If
Maybe
we're
they
being-
do.
If we're being that specific about these things.
But you see the humour and the sort of observational, when you see that scene, is the juxtaposition between an old person who doesn't give a shit about an Xbox, but they're holding one.
You keep saying the humour in these scenarios.
Yeah, it's so
as
funny.
if I can relate
No, it's
to you.
really
I
funny.
can't relate
No, it's
to you
really-
at all
Okay,
right
just
now.
imagine it. Just picture the
I
scene.
can't.
Just try really hard for me. I know you've had this. What is it? 3.5 units of gorgeous.
Well, actually,
Amberest,
John
yeah.
and I have had another beer. In the
Yeah, well, I'm
meantime.
driving home, so.
Yeah, technically driving home.
Your Honour.
Picture the scene.
I can't.
Just try really hard for me.
Okay.
So
Let's say we're outside Argos in the town.
yeah,
Okay.
You're walking to Argos, and as you're heading towards the revolving golden gilded doors of Argos...
There aren't revolving doors.
You've lost me.
Oh, shit.
Bring it
They're
back.
automatic doors, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just.
As you're heading towards the automatic doors...
I'm
Okay,
back.
you're
Oh,
back. Oh,
yeah.
so
it's
real.
like I'm there.
Oh,
it's
They-
like I'm there.
They
like a
jam
living picture.
suddenly, and an old lady smashes into the glass.
That is pretty
And
funny.
yeah, right? So I've already got you on side. But in her
Was
hands,
she carrying an Xbox?
she's carrying a scooter, one of those fold-up kid scooters.
Is she wearing a mask?
Yeah,
Did she smash through the glass?
her face did.
How
Yeah.
strong is she?
She's probably as strong as two of you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
not that strong.
No.
Is she on crocodile, the drug, that a heroin makeshift drug that makes you go crazy?
Almost definitely.
Okay, so
Yeah.
she smashes her head through the glass plane.
Is this helping
pane
you?
Door,
Is this
yeah.
helping
Just in
you?
anger.
Yeah, just going.
Just pure rage.
The
Her
door was
eyes are
open, she's
bloodshot.
just- oh wow!
Her
yeah.
pupils are dilated
Sounds
to,
like crocodile,
to
yeah.
full circumference.
Tobacco!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and then she's stealing a micro scooter.
Well, she may not be stealing it. This is the
It
humour.
sounds a bit like a robbery.
Okay, I mean, she has smashed through an automatic
Yeah.
glass door
Would she not
with a
be
mask
better
on.
off riding the scooter home?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But here she is carrying it because she doesn't understand how it works because it's for kids and it's not for her.
Do you think it's for her grandchild, say?
See, that's
We don't know.
That's the assumption, but we don't know for sure, and that's where the humour comes in. You see, it's a joke.
Is that what you love?
I
the fact that we
love
don't
it.
know.
Yeah, and as a result, it's hilarious.
It could be taking it anywhere. Maybe she's donating it to charity.
Maybe she's going to a scooter race,
Okay, so that's. I
And
mean,
she's
there's
keeping it-
quite a lot of in between from those two.
and that's what's so
Scenarios.
exciting. That's what's so exciting about it.
Maybe she's
It's the potential for humour.
This is it. It's like it's not funny yet, but maybe it
In
will
your
be.
imagination, something mental's happening.
And you'll go home, and maybe 2 days later, you'll be sitting, with the family around a bucket of mash, and you'll be thinking, maybe she stole that scooter. Maybe she did.
Yeah.
The alarms were going off, and she was chased by
you'll-
6 security guards
Yeah, and you'll laugh just really inappropriately.
with a mouthful of mash.
Yeah. yeah.
Everywhere.
Here's a question for you.
Hit me.
Will Lego sets be the jigsaws of the future for old people?
What the hell are you talking about?
I mean,
No!
what do old people love? A jigsaw. Thank you for answering. So,
We didn't.
when we're old, will we be sitting around doing jigsaws, wondering why our holographic grandchildren haven't called in a while? Or will we be...
But you like a jigsaw.
Now,
Jigsaws are all right. Yeah, I like a jigsaw.
There you go. You're
Yeah,
going to do a jigsaw.
but-
as you get older,
jigsaws will die out. They haven't got
I've
long
decided
left.
when I go into the old people's home, which I can't wait for,
Really?
with Liz. Oh, I can't wait.
With Liz?
I'm gonna run the
This
table.
is like, not ready.
Liz will be there.
Okay.
And I'll be running the table tennis league.
Right.
I mean, the standard will be terrible.
But here's my point.
It'll be
Your
good.
wrists are
But
all
here's my
seized up at
point.
this
Yeah,
point.
that's why I say the standard will be like one.
Yes,
One.
But think of all the things we enjoy now. Like, we look at old people, and it's like, oh, what do they enjoy? They enjoy shove a penny.
Shove a penny.
Or did they enjoy that when they were young?
Bear with me. Cribbage. Or a bit of cribbage.
I've played
you know,
cribbage.
Bingo. All that. Because they're old, and that's all they had back in the Dark Ages. But when we get old,
Yeah.
are we going to be playing Link's Awakening on the Switch 10?
We'll be on.
You know?
We'll all be on Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's my point.
We'll be
So,
we'll be
on
updating
dialysis. Hashtag liver.
getting some insulin teleported into my bloodstream, But here's my point. Lego has not been around long enough for old people to adopt it. So when we're old, I don't want to suddenly start doing the things that my grandparents
But you
did.
need to be quite
Your
dexterous.
crab parents.
My crab parents. I don't want to do the things that my crab parents did.
Neither would I.
No.
They did awful things, didn't they? Your grandparents.
So much pinching.
You'd need to be dexterous though to do Lego, surely.
This is my worry, is that I'm going to have little claw hands when I'm an old man.
Well, Duplo.
I won't be able to play with my Game Boy anymore.
Oh, God, can you imagine?
That'd
What if
be-
you got
that'd
like
be
a...
awful.
I think I'll just
Imagine the day where you'd have to say, I just can't do it anymore.
That's the day that I euthanize myself. That's the day.
Beating yourself around the head with a Game Boy.
Dignity time,
Yeah.
bitches. Oh, it's dignitas, isn't it?
There'd probably
No
be-
dignity involved with my way.
There'll probably be a Wii extension by that point.
For euthanasia.
Yeah.
Nintendo is like...
It'll be dignity, but spelt with like 2 eyes.
Yeah, the latest Switch controller actually has like a cattle prod built into it. Just put it up to your temple and press the Z button
Here's my point.
for many Z's.
When we're old, we'll be the privileged elderly generation with more money and time on their hands, and we know what to do.
Okay, I'm not sure about that, John.
Well, no.
We're not going to have any money.
This generation's bollocks.
But
Money-wise.
Money-wise.
my point being,
We're great otherwise.
Yeah, otherwise we're fantastic.
we'll be the generation begging for like a Nintendo DS with oversized buttons.
Yes, like the modern phones that are
Or
all
a
huge.
like you know, for the visually impaired.
Yeah.
where you get like a massive button.
Yeah, just
I
has
want-
one button that just
I
says
want-
call.
I want an A button.
Yeah.
the size of a spinning Jenny.
Yeah.
I'll give us punch.
Wait, what's the spinning Jenny?
Oh, it's like when
Grandad?
when you're serving a
Oh, like a Lazy Susan.
Lazy Susan. Yeah.
Okay.
Where did spinning Jenny come from?
You might be right. I don't know.
Is this where it begins?
Dementia.
Dementia.
Ah, you're going to be all right.
I don't know.
It's gonna be all right.
I still don't know what's happening.
It's gonna be fine. Well,
Doctor.
you know,
Either way, it's very, very, and I don't think you realise quite how funny it is. Funny.
No,
we
I don't think I- I don't think
didn't
I do.
know. We
No,
you
tried.
don't.
We tried very hard. Yeah.
Just give it a day or so.
Okay.
Just give it a day or so. Old people carrying toys. Brilliant.
Okay, I'll look out for that.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. Not now. You can do your thing now. You don't have to
Oh,
look
yeah,
out
when
you
you
don't have to
go
look
on
out
the
for it
yeah,
now.
yeah, okay, very good. Well, I have two,
Oh.
so I'm just going to pick one.
Jesus.
what,
yeah,
random?
if you wouldn't mind.
All right, I'll go with this one then. Documentaries.
Jesus
It's dogs
Christ.
again.
Yeah.
Dogs. This guy.
Yeah.
You mentioned your cat more than I've mentioned my dog.
I don't know if that's true. I
In
don't know.
general.
Oh, well, let's
But I've had my dog longer.
phone in, listeners.
Phone in.
Let's see.
We don't have a landline. But
Yeah, so I'll win.
I do love documentaries though.
So what's a
Keep
documentary?
saying that like it's a word.
It is a word.
This is where-
I've changed out the C for a G because they're about dogs.
You can't just change a random letter and say it's still a word.
Wait, did you change it or did like society change it? Because this is where language goes to
Well,
die.
I'm changing it for society right now.
Society
Great.
doesn't want this.
What's the point? Let's tweet about
All right,
it.
I didn't vote on
Oh,
this. There was no fucking
Jesus.
referendum for this.
Right.
Put it on TikTok. Who cares?
Well, John or
Fart.
Nick,
That's language.
I like documentaries about dogs.
That was much better. I'm enjoying
Oh,
this
finally,
now.
grand. Okay,
Jesus.
grand. Yeah, carry on.
Documentaries.
Oh, I like it actually. It's quite
I've been
good.
watching a lot of documentaries lately because I have a dog, which I may have mentioned.
No, you
No,
haven't
once
it's
or
actually.
never, it's
twice.
never come up. You know.
The only things I get emotional about are dogs and Gillingham Football Club. And yeah, I've been watching quite a number of documentaries lately because it seems to be that kind of year where everyone's getting a puppy for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, well, during the summer holidays
Who's everyone?
at school, well, you see a lot of puppies when you're out walking your dog.
What?
So-
Along with all the old people
Carrying
Lego
toys.
sets.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, because me and Nick go to different locations. Because I
Well,
go to the park.
I follow you just from really
and
far
Nick,
away.
Nick just goes to hang out outside Argos. That's the difference between me and Nick.
Or like the bingo halls.
The bingo halls, where they win Xboxes.
Yeah.
When
for
they
some
play
reason.
bingo.
You two are so weird.
So, a lot of-
I'm the only normal person in this room.
Just wait till we see what
A
your
lot of
love
people seem to have had puppies over the last few weeks.
is. Give a birth to them.
So which is why a lot of documentaries are coming out, and I think they're great.
Where are you seeing these documentaries?
Netflix, Channel 4, Channel 5.
And name me like a title of one and what it was about.
I'd love to name you a title of one.
Hit
Nick.
me.
It's called In the Doghouse.
Oh, brilliant. That's a pun.
God.
And it's about guide dogs for the blind in America.
Oh, that's
And
not what I
about
was
their-
expecting.
Yeah, no,
I was
it is.
expecting like a crib sort of
And
thing
it's
with
about
kennels.
no, it's called Pick of the Litter. Pick of the Litter.
That's completely
I'm
different.
thinking of a different show.
Sure.
Have you watched Who Let the Dogs Out?
No, but it's a good band.
Well,
That was a good
it's the
song.
Baha Men.
Yeah.
Yeah. But have you watched that
it's
documentary?
the Bow Wow.
It's called Pick of the Litter. And
I
it's
lied.
about-
That's not a real documentary. I just picked a song with dog in the
It's
title.
called Pick of the. It's called Pick of the Litter.
We're trying to do a podcast.
Ruining.
You're ruining the podcast.
You're ruining it.
Everyone's going to see through.
It's called Pick of the Litter, and it's about guide dogs for the blind. It's basically a movie about these dogs growing up from when they were born to becoming full-blown guide dogs, and I
right.
cried at least 4 times watching it. It's brilliant.
Okay.
Really
Did
good.
you get vinegar in your eye or something?
Yeah,
like?
yeah.
Get mash in your eye.
He's had a couple of 7.2s and he's getting abusive. Isn't
He's
he?
got 14.4
No, I'm just
now.
like a doggy. It's like saying I like the visual medium.
No, it's not.
I like moving pictures.
No, because I'm naming a
Like, what's
specific
it-
part of
But it can't be- what if it's like
All right,
you keep saying I
all
like
right.
documentaries.
Have you
Like-
watched? How many documentaries have you watched?
None.
Well, there you go. So
It's
that's
not
why
a
it's
thing.
that's why it's specific to me. It's a
How many
documentary
have
about
you
dogs.
watched? I'd just like to know.
Oh, how many have I watched lately? Well, there's a dog show on Channel 4 every week
right.
in the doghouse.
Right.
Which is why I was getting confused.
Easy
there's,
enough.
there's a few on Netflix. So at the moment, I'm actively watching 2. But in the last few weeks, I've probably watched about 4
See, that's
series.
remarkable.
So what? But like,
About rescue dogs, about getting puppies, about guide dogs for the blind.
about a
There's
dog.
also a dog film festival coming out in Cheltenham.
Oh no, I knew
This was on our Facebook chat.
Yes,
again,
I did know
the other
that. Yeah,
day.
you pointed
Wait,
that out.
films.
People like documentaries about dogs.
People like
featuring-
dogs.
Films featuring dogs or films made by dogs.
Films made by dogs.
Both.
Okay.
Well, at your wedding, there was a dog wearing a camera, Nick.
There was.
Yeah.
So that was a film made by a dog.
It was.
Go on.
Okay.
It was focused very heavily on a single hog roast sandwich for
Yeah.
about 15 minutes.
There we are.
Yeah.
but-
this is my point.
But that was the subject the dog wanted to film.
I don't care if the dog is behind or in front of the camera. The subject matter. It's all about the story.
Hog
If
roast.
The story is brilliant. If you watch on Netflix, what was it called?
Pick of the litter?
Pick of the litter.
I'm listening.
Watch it. You'll love it.
Yeah, but my point is, if you're like,
And if you don't, you're a monster.
this is about but okay, I don't care if it's about dogs or whatever. But if you're like, this is about a Cavalier King Charles, which was wrongly convicted of murder. Now I'm interested.
Well, we've been...
'Cause you just love
shouldn't say
crime.
that, 'cause me and John were going to work on a top secret project. Comic
Don't say
project
it. Don't say it.
That is related to
Someone will
dogs
steal it. You've
and
told me.
crime, isn't
Well,
it?
You
don't
told
say
me.
it because who knows where we'll find a comic artist willing to do something with it.
Yeah. Nick.
And Nick, what?
We should talk.
Nick Angel.
We should talk. We
yeah.
should talk off air.
Our people should talk. Our people should talk to your.
Have you
people.
got a love, John?
I don't follow you.
Oh! You done with your bullshit?
I'm done because you're just naysaying now. Well, you've had a couple of beers and that's fine.
I'm free.
I feel like love's
I'm
getting
slaying it
shot
out
down
now.
this episode.
Okay.
John's got a
Visual aid.
mobile phone.
Visual
out
aid.
here.
Yeah. Okay. My love.
Your legitimate, better than our love.
My love, and I'm sorry for all the people who died in it, but my
Oh,
love
no.
God.
is for Great Molasses Flood.
Okay.
Also,
So your love is the visual medium.
Oh.
as in, I'm using my eyes to read about a thing that happened in history.
Correct.
Yes. And also people saw it at the time, I believe.
John.
Yeah.
Inverted commas, John.
Oh, look, if I turned around and said my love is Wikipedia articles, you would.
That's a good one. Actually.
You
That's really
class
good,
me,
actually, that one,
and
yeah.
I deserve it.
Yeah.
But if you turn around and say, "Oh, my love is documentaries," I'm like, "What's it about? What's the point? What's the elevator pitch?"
Unbelievable.
Pitch.
Go on,
Anyway.
what's this flood all about?
Molasses.
Ahem.
Oh.
My love is for Great Molasses Flood, also known as the Boston. There's a clue there as to where it happened.
No idea, yeah.
Molasses.
Oh, Boston Tea Party. The cafe.
Disaster.
Oh.
Or the Great Boston Molasses Flood,
Oh.
sometimes referred to locally as the Boston Molassacre.
Oh.
Brilliant.
Oh, a joke.
That's pretty good, yeah. Anyway,
Or Sticky Day.
the Great Molasses Flood, and I'm reading from Wikipedia here, is a catastrophe that occurred on January the 15th, 1919,
Day after my brother's birthday.
in Boston,
Right.
where a large
My brother's very
storage
old.
tank containing 2.3 million US gallons of molasses burst.
Shit.
What is molasses?
It's a very, very, very thick
Like caramel.
sugar
Oh,
treacle kind of thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Syrup, kind of, yeah.
Syrup, yeah. Sent a wave of molasses rushing through the streets at an estimated 35 miles per hour,
Brilliant.
Holy crap.
Well, not brilliant. But...
killing 21 and injuring 150.
Jesus.
Was it hot? No, I guess it wouldn't have
No.
been because it was just stored.
The event entered local folklore, and residents claimed for decades afterwards that the area still smelled of molasses.
I bet
on
it's still
hot summer
sticky.
days. Yeah.
Still
do.
sticky. How'd you clean that up?
How would it move so fast?
Well,
Hills.
again,
Yeah.
this is a terrible thing, and a lot of people died, but it's a long time ago,
So it's funny.
so they probably would have died anyway. So we can probably by now.
They'd be dead now.
Yeah,
by
they'd be
now,
dead by
which
now,
makes
yeah.
it okay.
When was it?
1919.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay, so it had been very, very cold recently.
Right.
So that's fine. You know, if the molasses is cold, it ain't going anywhere.
Just solid, isn't it?
Okay, so there was a great big tank which stood 15 meters tall,
That's a big tank.
27 meters wide.
It's almost as big as your vinegar bowl.
Yeah.
Almost.
Almost. My vinegar would move faster.
It really, and it would kill many more people.
Okay.
But they'd be squeaky clean.
Okay, so on the previous day, a ship had come into town,
There's the first mistake.
and it had a great big shipment of molasses.
More molasses.
More molasses.
Shit the bed.
And,
What, in addition to this...
Tower of
well,
molasses.
as in this tower is in place with one purpose, which is to store molasses.
I
Right.
see.
So a ship comes in, like doop doop doop. We've got all this sweet syrup,
Delicious.
and we need to deliver it.
We need to put it somewhere.
Now,
Sure hope there's a tower
It
somewhere.
had been very cold. It had been very cold.
Cold.
Oh, no.
Now, if you had a boat full of molasses,
I see where this is going.
it's very thick.
It's thick, yeah.
But if you heat it up,
It'll expand.
well, it will.
And it'll go liquid.
But it also goes a bit more liquidy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm a busy captain. I've got a lot to
I'm
do.
not a
with.
scienceman.
I don't want to wait 10 hours for this to pour out.
Right.
I'm going to heat it up.
It's not going to set fire to my boat.
Well, no. But I'm going to heat it
That's
up.
what I'd have done.
I'm going to warm it.
Right, we're here. Set fire to the boat.
I'm done.
We'll be on our way.
I'm retired.
Okay, I'm gonna warm it gently so that it flows a little easier.
Sounds like a good plan.
So they transfer all this warm molasses.
How did he warm it up?
Well, I don't know, maybe breathed on it.
Just rubbed his bum on
Rubbed
it?
it, yeah, just
Yeah.
a little bit of friction, yeah. Like a dog, yeah.
Yeah.
And he,
In a documentary.
Like in a documentary.
Oh, there
yeah.
was one about molasses, actually.
Oh,
now
right,
you
yeah,
mention it,
yeah.
And they transfer all this warm molasses
Yes.
into a slightly cold tank.
I see. Sounds fine to me.
Everything's great.
Yes,
Nothing-
great.
Nothing's going to happen.
What a day.
Okay. So, possibly due to the thermal expansion of the older cold molasses already inside the tank,
Oh, no.
the tank burst open and collapsed
no.
at approximately 12:30.
Fuck,
p.m.
just before lunch break.
This is a very detailed account.
Well, I'm setting the scene. Witnesses reported that they felt the ground shake and heard a roar as it collapsed, a long rumble similar to the passing of an elevated train.
Or a big fire.
I would just like to say the only reason I discovered this is that I was reading. There's a wonderful Wikipedia article about like stupid ways in which people died,
Oh, no.
which is quite amazing. The density of molasses, it's greater than water.
Right.
So when this tower burst, it had a great deal of energy built up.
Nice.
This resulted in a wave of syrup, because that's easier to say than molasses. 25 foot high,
Jesus.
8 meters, moving.
Wait, jeez.
Yeah, moving at 35 miles per hour. The wave was of sufficient force to drive steel panels of the burst tank against the girders of the nearby railway structure, and it tipped a streetcar over. Buildings were swept off their foundations and crushed. Several blocks were flooded to a depth of 2 to 3 meters.
Of molasses.
Yes. Okay, and there's a quote here from a time where someone witnessed this, and they said, "Molasses, waist deep, covered the street and swirled and bubbled around the wreckage. Here and there struggled a form. Whether it was animal or human being was impossible to tell. Only an upheaval, a thrashing about in a sticky mass, showed any life. Horses, well, I guess a bit grim at that point. Yeah,
Death, death.
lot
Skip to the end.
of dying. Although it did smell lovely.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's
That's that.
That's good.
pretty horrible. The more I read about
What
it,
a way-
but
What a way to go. I'm going to ask you a question now, John, and I want you to give me an honest
okay,
answer.
please, yeah.
When did you decide you loved that?
Well, it was a few weeks ago.
Was it really?
I'm not going to lie. I love how uniquely unique
Yeah.
it is.
Good.
As
That was a
in-
great sentence.
As
Yeah.
in, it is a
Excellent work.
tragedy entirely of human
Endeavour.
doing. As in, God in his sweet, sweet creation never intended.
Nothing as sweet as molasses, though.
Well,
I right?
delicious. It was never intended that any living being should die in a tidal wave 25 foot high of sugar.
That should never have happened.
But that would have been a thing to see.
Was there an inquest?
Well, it was determined that the tank was poorly built. Mm-hmm.
Sounds like it.
As in, on an average day, with an average amount of molasses in,
Probably would have been okay.
It frequently kind of made screaming, tortured metal noises,
Oh.
which the locals just got used to.
Yeah, you just get used to
Oh,
that.
don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
The only fun thing is that if you read the entirety of a Wikipedia article, at the end it links to says, "Oh, you might also enjoy reading."
The time a man was killed by sherbet.
The great candy floss tornado of 1947.
The Great Beer Flood of London.
What?
Where a very similar thing happened.
We need to stop doing this, humanity.
Yeah, I know. Maybe there's a moral here. Let's
Yeah.
not put a vast amount of liquid
in one big tower at the top of a town.
Yeah, which will probably just fall over.
Yeah, and kill everyone.
So I'm sorry they're all dead, but it was a very long time ago now.
At least they go down in history as having died in a particularly awesome way.
Yes.
I mean, it's awful, probably.
There was another story about on that article about people who died in very stupid ways. It's kind of funny. It's not funny, but a poodle jumped off a very tall building, and it hit a woman.
Oh God!
And killed her.
Heck.
Right.
And a man seeing that had a heart attack and died.
Oh God!
And then a third man ran to help and got hit by a car and died.
Jesus.
So 3 people and a poodle died because of one poodle's actions.
Yes.
Jesus.
That's desperate.
Jesus wasn't there that day on that street. That's
No,
for sure.
no.
He was having a day off.
That wasn't covered in your documentaries, was it?
Well, I can't be held responsible for a poodle jumping off a building.
To be fair, though, that would be a great subject for a documentary.
That dog should have been trained better.
It'll be called The Poodle That Wanted to Fly.
Why was it on top of a big building?
Yeah,
I
why?
don't know.
I wouldn't take a dog up there.
No. So there's a human at the root of all of this.
Yeah,
As
exactly.
always.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's
The
all we've
irony
learned
is they
today.
survived to see it.
Yeah.
That would be the final episode of the documentary of this 12-part exclusive limited Netflix series.
I would argue that would be the opening scene of like a rom-com.
What, the poodle jumping off the building?
Yeah, and then all these people dying, and then the person being like, "Oh no."
And then it'd
I
be
should
about
never have
them
another
rebuilding their
dog,
life.
or,
And then, yeah.
So sorry, the hero or heroine
Yeah.
of this story is the owner of the poodle.
Yeah.
This is why Chris Ray doesn't make movies, I think.
You
Yeah.
go, oh no, I should never be allowed to own another dog.
Yeah,
or-
you shouldn't. Yeah.
How will I find love?
Yeah, exactly.
And then he
Without my
finds
dog.
love with a Saint Bernard or
Exactly.
something.
And then by the end, Jennifer Aniston's there, and
She's always there.
she has a dog, and she brings the dog to live.
She's
with
here
her,
right now. It's just we don't let her talk.
and then they live and they have a dog.
Did everyone see that photo of the Friends cast?
I did see that.
Did you notice all the cocaine on the phone?
I did not.
No. Well, look at it again.
What?
So is it one of the Friends
Jennifer Aniston joined Instagram this week. I'm gonna get my phone
and
out.
the first photo
She
she posted was of the Friends cast reunited?
Like now.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And someone pointed out that someone's phone is on the table, and it looks like allegedly there's a
decent amount.
of cocaine
Okay.
on that phone.
It's important to say allegedly.
Well, Chris Ray's going to check it.
That
gonna-
that photo's going to be taken down.
I'm gonna.
Surely, if word is spreading about the cocaine habits of the Friends cast, I think.
Can
you see it? Show me.
You decide.
You decide.
Oh, Boise.
I mean,
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I mean it's probably cocaine, isn't it?
maybe it's salt.
No, well,
Maybe they were dunking.
It could be.
Maybe they were just been eating some mashed potato.
it could be a wallpaper image that they've set on their phone
Oh,
of cocaine.
Of cocaine.
Because they
Yes.
love cocaine
Oh.
and they were having it just earlier.
Yeah, it doesn't look great, does it?
Maybe
No.
it's cocaine from 5 minutes earlier. They took a picture of that cocaine. Then they all had the cocaine, delicious cocaine, yum yum yum. And then now there's a picture to remember the cocaine on the phone.
You see, I'm not down with the kids. I'm not au fait enough to understand cocaine etiquette.
Sure.
To the point where I'm like, if I've got a phone and a perfectly flat table, do you put the cocaine on the phone?
Yeah, and then you get a teaspoon, you lick the teaspoon, and you dip the teaspoon in the cocaine.
Yeah.
And then you rub that on your eyeballs.
Oh,
That's how it works.
I was in between fistfuls of mash.
Or you mix it into the mash. That's Coke mash.
oh, can you imagine?
No.
That's for King Mash.
Is it?
That's for he'd approve.
Or you put like
He'd approve.
Yeah,
put like some mustard seeds.
Ooh, bit of coriander.
a bit of coriander.
Coriander, right, in mash, and a few carrots on the side, because you have carrot and coriander soup.
Apparently,
Did you just make that up then?
No, I didn't. No,
is that a thing?
carrot and coriander soup.
Well, I know that is, but carrot and coriander mash.
No. Have the carrots on the side. But
Sure.
You put a bit of coriander in your mash
Okay.
and put it all together.
You really are the Mary Berry of mash.
Thank you.
That's all right. It is a compliment.
The Mash Whisperer.
Yes. We should start a new podcast.
Yeah.
Or you could.
Ways to have mash.
Mash ways.
Mash up.
Mash up.
There you go.
I don't
There you
get
go.
it.
Anyway, this has been
Let's end
an
this.
ordeal.
Let's end this.
What do we think won?
An audio ordeal.
Love or hate?
I think hate definitely won
You
this
didn't
one.
like my love, so
I think, well, like, nobody liked my love. Some people,
John didn't really like my love, and you
I
sort of
accepted it.
accepted it. That's
and
fine.
John's was about a load of people who died. So
John's was about something he literally randomised on Wikipedia.
If I
so-
stood up and said, I like films, I like books.
No, I appreciate that yours was about a incredibly bespoke accident.
Thank you.
But many people did die. Many
they
people
did,
died.
Yes, no.
Yeah, so I, in good conscience, I cannot say that love won.
No.
If that's our
I
best
think
love.
Hate won because it gave us some laughs and because John's was very profound
What was John's again?
about realistic video games.
Oh yeah, and we
Yeah.
got serious, which we like to do on this
And you
podcast.
said something profound, didn't you?
In a way.
Can you remember what it was?
I'll listen to this back.
It's not important.
It's fine.
It was something about getting real.
It can be
Realistic but not real.
Yes.
There you go.
So let that be the thinking point for you, listener,
why
to
not
take
dwell
away.
on that?
Yeah, and until next week, until
No,
a bit
no.
until a bit
Until
later,
a bit longer than a week
Yeah.
from now.
And
we'll be back.
maybe go enjoy yourself
a
an
delicious-
excellent, delicious,
Love and hate.
refreshing glass can.
Or put
Cylinder. Just say cylinder.
Pour it into a glass if you
Pour
want
into
to.
any receptacle you wanted.
Yeah.
Of Love and Hate, a delightful New England IPA from a fine people at Vocation.
Thanks, Vocation.
Thanks, Vocation.
Call us.